Waranka. No, they go sit down. Leave them. No. Yeah, for this thing. It has started already, please.
I think why? Because it's already sent.
Okay, man. What is it? What?
If you want, then I give you by my.
Just ask the question. Thank you. Shabi, go. Which kind of mistake I make and I give you that seat? God, I for stay here. God. No, to ask the question no be problem, sha. Can I not cheat to never no? Can I cheat to never? Hey, I could just feed this gap. Oh, just feed this gap. Now. This woman, Simon has never. Can't Simon has never now. I'm at the chahash. Hey, oh, you could show me the chahash. Oh, Yanka, I'm not allowed good sense. Half a good deal. Can I check your problem? My on your car.
ESG AeU. So means I can walk also. I can stand. No, just this is very difficult. Huh? Very difficult. If not, you will yeah. We're doing is we have a live stream. That's it. But next time we put the camera. Okay, jalan dulu siapkan. Aku jalan tak? Betul. Okay, jadi baik. Okay, nak masuk. Dekat ada speaker. Oh, ni je. Saya nak ambil. Saya nak ambil pun dah tak. Ah, tak apa. Okay, ni cukup lah. Green tadi. Ha? Green. Untuk juga.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. A warm welcome to all present here. Respected AEU staffs and students, it is my pleasure to be a moderator for this webinar. I am Mobodo Francis Matthew, MBA International student. Thank you to each and every one of you for being here with us. We are very pleased to be able to welcome those of you that have been with us for a long time in this great citadel of learning, as well as those who are new. Before we get started, I would like to express my sincere appreciation to all of you who generously helped us make this event come together to become a success. The Dean of the school, in the person of Prof. Dr. Norihan A.B. Hamid. A special thanks to Chief Guest of the day, Prof. Dr. Hamed Faghiri. It's an honor to be graced by the presence of such an accomplished author and entrepreneur. Thank you for accepting the invitation to be in our midst today, giving the keynote on the topic titled ESG, which is environmental, social, and governance, by guiding our students to new and educating field of knowledge. I am sitting down here feeling lucky to be a part of a small way of our students' life. This school is so proud of all you accomplished and every achievement you have gained for yourself and the world at large. Having gone through your profile, to mention but few, a well-notable personality, great zeal, role model, and a high standard. You are exceptional, and all about you are mind-blowing to reckon. In a nutshell, I say a big congratulations to you most immensely. Like you do say, I quote, I always prefer to do a difficult task rather than the easy one. I am always thirsty for learning new subjects and doing innovative things. We couldn't have been here without you. In today's gathering, I would like to focus on the topic titled ESG, which is environmental, social, and governance. ESG, which stands for the environmental, social, and governance, is a set of criteria or principles to evaluate and demonstrate the sustainability performance of an organization. ESG metrics measures the organization's performance on environmental, social, and governance aspects, showing their long-term sustainability alongside with the company's financial reports. Investors refer to a company's ESG report to assess the feasibility investment. In conclusion, I don't want to take much of your time. I need to leave some time for us for our upcoming activities because today will be fun and full of learning. So a very warm welcome once more to each and every one of us here. If you have any questions, suggestions, clarification, or just to say hi, do feel free to make the event a memorable one. Thank you very much for listening as I welcome Prof. Dr. Hamed Faghiri. Thank you all.
Let's kick it off. Good morning, everyone. We have only one overtime, so I'm not going to talk everything now. I just want to go straight away to our slide. The parts which is you can find mostly in the internet and so on. I'm not going to cover in depth, but the ones who's more related to our own way of thinking and way of system, whatever, then I will go explain, elaborate more. Uh, I prefer to walk when I'm doing presentation, but because of the live stream, I have to sit here and do the presentation. And another challenge that I have, I prefer you guys can ask question anytime you have a question. But because of the system, they ask me to wait until the end of our event today or end of the presentation, then you can asking the question. By the way, if you have any questions, just write it down, and I'm here even more than 1 hour. Even we finish our program, still I wait until answer all your questions before I leave the here. Okay, let's go kick start. Okay. ESG, what is matter? That is very important. So this is the content that we are going to discuss today. I don't go through one by one. I discuss it to go into the next slide. Okay, about me, you can search around, so no need to explain. Okay, what is ESG as our friend explained here is focused on environmental, social, and governance. Why these three? Why not other things? Because these three are the core of the problem that we are facing in the world now. Okay, environment is very important. Why environment is very important? Because we only have environment as a human being. We are part of the nature, and we cannot keep damaging the nature and don't concern about that, because at the end of the day, environment and nature has more power over us. If we don't take care of that and nature wants to revenge, we will ever break. It happened during the history of the Earth planet many times. Okay, so we cannot ignore it, and we cannot keep using of the natural resources without any compensation, consideration, and thinking about how to compensate and recover the nature. Why the social is important? The second source of things that we have is the human resources. Our social means our relationship with each other, how we are looking at each other. When we are looking, we are all different, and this is the beauty of your difference. Someone are overweight, someone very thin, someone is okay. It's gender, or gender is not male or female. Now we know that is. I don't know, it's 20 over types of the genders that we have. We have thousand, I don't know, maybe 10,000 over religion, over the word of belief. So we have different looks, and this is a beauty because we are different. And when we are different, we need to know how to can have a relationship among each other. I always say that the beauty or the life means the management of the distance management, how we can distance ourselves with the others, how we can do a collaboration, because everybody are good if we are having a proper distance to them. So we want to have an organization, we want to have a very powerful organization. When you want to have a powerful organization, you need to setting up everything in the right way. So everybody wants to come to work, they feel very happy. If you're a staff and yourself, then you want to come to work, you feel, now is again another Monday, I want to go to work, means there's something wrong on that place. So later I will explain what is the factor that we need to consider. And then we talk about the governance. Governance is like a CPU of a computer for governance of an organization. It's very important who is sitting on the top and who is can get a proper decision, or how can go in make involvement of the people to all together can provide a better result. So far in the history, we have actually lots of stupid things. Anybody who are too strong can kill more, or the ones who are crazy or narcissists, they put them as a top, and then they call them great also. I don't want to say who is great, but so many of the great king or empire in the history are sick, and very sick people killing millions of people and so on. They call them Khan or king or sultan or whatever. Okay, that is ancient time. So for the company also nowadays, you can see that some people are very more greedy, or they want to achieve everything for themselves and so on. They put them as a top person, which is, I think, is not true. It's not correct. That's why we need to look into the governance also, because that person decision can affect everybody's downstream, and everybody has life also be depend on the decision of the board of directors and so on. You will see that there is top companies in the world, because one tweet can have a lot of problem, and the top person just just sitting there, just tweeting something. Maybe he thinks it's good. Okay, definitely he thinks it's good or she thinks it's good, but on one tweet can take a lot of challenges on that company, organization, everything have problems. So that's why these three items together can make sure that company activities, the company or organization activities is more sustainable. So why this sustainability is important? Because the people who want to come to this company, work in this company, or they want to invest in this company, invest their time and money and so on, they want to make sure that this company can sustain longer. That is the main consideration here. Okay, let's go to the. So the ESG, as you can see, we have environment, social, and governance. Environment, for example, is about the climate change, about the pollution and the water resources, limit use and ecological footprint, and so on and so on. So every of these environment, social, government have some sort of sub title, okay? But for your it is not limited to it. You can also think about something which is more important, and you can have your own way of definition, okay? Because I have reviewed a lot of references and I didn't find all follow a certain standard or certain type of the, for example, the categories. So the categories can be changed different with frameworks. That's why we can have different frameworks. For example, if you want to have GSC based on the 17 global goals, then it will look like that. So you have put all related environment factors under the environment, social under the social, and the governance under the governance. So you can see that here is more limited. When you come here, is you have more diverse items. And sometimes these items also can be under the social at the same time under the environment as well. So don't make yourself something like just focus on, for example, one framework. And this is not only the framework you can find, for example, and you can look at it for global reporting initiative for sustainability, accounting standards, works, and so on and so on. So there is some others for providing some sort of the framework. This framework is applicable on ESG. One of the advantages or disadvantages at the same time of the ESG is that ESG doesn't have the very firm standard. Okay, this is only say about the governance, about the social, and about the ecosystem. Okay, but there is nobody put this certain level of standard under that, so people all the same way. Okay, so depends of your organization, depends of your challenges, and so you can go and find out the framework which is more applicable into your problem and challenges. It's not limited. Okay, then the question is that, oh, why consider all these things? I don't want to consider that all these things. Okay, the main thing that you want, you don't want, you do like in year 2025, means around another few years after now, we will have 53 trillion of the world asset goes under ESG. It's one third of the whole world asset, $53 trillion, 53 trillion, 53,000 billion goes money and asset under the ESG. So it is, if you are looking for fun, if you're looking for expanding your business, if you want to do anything, ESG is one of the main important factors that you need to consider. Another thing is that there is a lot of different governments around the world started to imposing the rules and regulation and pushing or forcing, I don't know what it may be, directly and indirectly push the companies and organizations to go in ESG, apply the ESG criteria, get some sort of report and so on. Another thing is that the public, people nowadays open the TV. If they open the TV now, then I think it's very old. To the social media or any type of the news they will receive. They see, oh, the flood happened here, the earthquake happened other places, this and that. So people are more concerned now about what we are doing now. So they want to do participation, investing, go into any companies and so on. They consider whether this company is related to a ESG or no, whether this company is sustainable or no, consider sustainability or no. That is another important factors that we need to think about the ESG. And then uh, the investors also in Europe and investors more think about that. So you need to consider all of these things. The whole societies, the governments, and the investors trend in go to the ESG. So you want your ESG is an important factor to consider. Okay, so how to measure this? Okay, so the measuring of the ESG is something very critical because this is not only look at your financial documents and so that how much you spend money on the, for example, your uh, ecosystem, sustainable, renewable energy or something, because there's so many of the factors are not into financial report. So they have to look into the news, they have to look into many other tangible or factors and so on to find out what is your contribution for the ESG, which is make it very subjective, you know. And we have challenges which I will explain later about is how this measurement can have different results based on the different measure. It's not like with the 10 centimeters, everywhere is about 10 centimeters to 10 centimeters. So we have that problem of here. And then when you have the ESG, okay, then you need to do a rating. Okay, so for rating of your ESG, again, there's no one organization do a rating and so on, but one of the organizations are these they call it this MSCI is doing a rating also. So if you get triple A, means that your organization is very sustainable, everything is very good, and if you get, for example, triple uh, C means that this organization is not considered sustainable, right? And the rest of the numbers, everything is rate is in between of this triple A and triple C. Again, this one also I can tell you that it is not comprehensive because not every company is afford to go to these levels and this stage. Not everybody can so-called do this type of rating and so on. So and you're focusing more on the stock market, the listed companies, not the simple organization. Okay. Okay. Next one. Okay. What is the ESG strategy? Okay, how we can allocate a proper strategy for ESG. For example, you want to do a ESG, apply the ESG in Asia University here, or any organization and so on. Where you can start, how you can do it. The first thing to do a assessment, you need to look into what you are doing. You need to observe. You need to go into proper systematic assessment of not only how much you are environmentally friendly, how much you have a wastage of the energy, for example, related to the environment, and how much and how is the transparency of the managers here. If someone have problem with it, they are to tell them have a problem or no, what is the environment, what is the culture, all these things need assessment first. After that, we need to establish the baseline. So we need to know where we okay, and you want go traveling somewhere else, two things you need to know. People always want to know where. Okay, for example, I want to go to Ipoh. That is enough, but that is enough because I need to know first where I am. Because you go to Ipoh from Kuala Lumpur is very different. You want to go Ipoh, for example, from Johor Bahru. So from different cities, go to Ipoh is different. Okay, so first we need to establish where we are. After we know where we are, then we need to establish where we want to be, which becomes set the ESG goals. Okay, for example, we are not efficient in terms of usage of the electricity and air condition in Asia University. So what we want to do, we want to go to be more efficient, but we cannot be 100% efficient. If you achieve, for example, 50% more efficiency is very high, very good. So more realistic, in next 6 months we achieve another 20% thing. So we are setting up where we are be and how we want to achieve that. Okay. Then we need to analyzing the performance and the gaps and so on. Okay. So what is our, for example, I want to achieve this, what I need to apply, and how to make the things happen. Okay, because we need to know if I want to go from Kuala Lumpur to Ipoh, I want to go by flight, I want to go by car, I want to go by train, I want to go by bicycle. So how you want to achieve this? So we need to analyzing the performance gap and so on, and we find the right systematic vehicle or uh, tools or equipment or management system, whatever we need to allocate to can achieve that goal. And then we put the plan, okay, we go from here to here, achieve this week we want to achieve that, another week we want to achieve that. Slowly, as soon as we go into the having a proper detailed plan for our ESG journey. And then we go for implementation of the ESG plan and the major the KPI. So now we do the ESG plan. Now we see that okay, I want to from step one to step two to step three. Then what is our achievement? Can we get the KPI or no? Can we achieve our KPI or no? Whether we are able to make our things happen or no? We just talking 50%, 90%, we only achieve 5%. Okay, so we need to consider all these things. And here, uh, we then mention actually in this big 7 strategy, but we always need to be able to flash back also. So we get the feedback, then we go back to the step one again, okay, to can consider all the factors because we are not smart enough to have a proper push plan at the day first. That's why we need to be able to go back, flashback. If we have any problem, we solve that problem and we continue until we have a performance ESG reporting. So now after 1 year, after 2 years, we apply all these things. We have some achievement. Definitely, we will have some achievement. Then we come up with the reporting of the achievement. That is reporting. I will explain later how to report and what's the difference of the report. Okay, now do you want to talk about the certification? The topic that many people they like it because without certification, there's no proof. Okay. Bad news is that there is no set up organization or any so-called institute can certify only the ESG. There is no. And all the ESG certificates provided around the world is non-accreditable, accredited. Okay, so means that this certificate that you get is just valuable to show. Okay, it's not in real certified like one organization say that this is ESG company, then another one is not the ESG company. So how you get this certificate? You need to look into the third party. Okay, so there is some of the third party examples I bring here, and you can also search based on your area to can find a proper your organization, do the observation, assessment, and so on, and based on their criteria that they have, they come up with the certification or certified your activities, ESG activities. Another bad news is that there is no organization can give you a certification of all the three criteria together. Means that some of organization focuses on environment, some of them is more on social, some of them more in governance. So you won't be able to find one organization just work with and give you a certificate for ESG. So they may say that, for example, you are more certified in environment, but they are not able, they don't have the manpower knowledge and so on. Step into give you the certification in terms of your social or governance. And the best one is environment one, because the environment one, that's it. There is something to measure. For example, if you have a wasting of the energies and so on, then you say, okay, my electricity bill was 10,000 last month, now is 8,000, means that you already saved 2,000. So this is can measure, but whether the people are happy or not happy, organization, whether they have a good relationship, this is very difficult to measure that. That's why most of the organization also you can find for certification is go to the carbon print or go to the, for example, wasting of energy environment method. It's not focusing on social or governance that much. Okay, so certifying is one method. Another important method is reporting, because reporting is totally separate what you get you certified with. Reporting, the main important is you want to report who. Okay, in our life also, if you want to tell about your problem to your mother is very different than you want to tell the same thing to your friend. Okay, you always have thinking about to talk to who and how we manage our words and our information and details to which is suitable for that particular person. Same thing here. When we want to do a reporting, we need to consider that reporting to who, which stakeholders, reporting to the customers, or business partners, or our investors. Okay. Another thing that we need to consider while we are to report the ESG, we need to consider what part of that report or what part of that our activities is more important for that particular person or group of people we are going to report to them. Another thing is that this is there is no another framework that can be used for reporting. So this one also is not defined well. That just every company or every organization can come into the picture, providing a professional reporting for you based on their own system. So we don't have any ESG 100% system for reporting. I also come up with some of the example of the organization can help for reporting. But again, I can say that most of these organizations and so on, they are working for a very high corporate companies, and the fees also is not small. Yeah. Okay. Now, whatever I say until now, until here, you can find in the internet. So for me, it's not important part. Even you can find more than what I explained, much more than what I explained in the internet. Okay. I supposed to talk, I supposed to come with something different. That's fine. Now our discussion starts. Until now is the introduction. Okay, now we go for the challenges of the current ESG practice. What is a problem that you're facing for this ESG? ESG is supposed to be very good. Talk about environment, social, governance, improvement. development, have a better sustainable thing, then everybody live happily and so on. Yeah, it's like Garden of Eden, it's a heaven already. But always everything can be used in the good way, can be used in the bad way also. So the first problem of the ESG is the high level of trend to invest in ESG. Again, you're surprised. If people can invest in something sustainable, you think it's not good? It's supposed to be very good. But from some aspect, it's not good. Because if the clue to those who want to take advantage, oh, now this is a topic which we can go a step in. There is something I can use it to convince more people to invest in me. So another problem is a very subjective in the nature. As I discussed right now, I explained to you, and whatever I explain, reference over that. We don't have any firm standard for ESG. We don't have any systematic way of that based on the company and organization to organization. I will tell you that person by person, the ESG result would be different. It's very subjective, and it is not all like financial system. We can all calculate everything single by single, number by number. We can put together. I think okay. So this is very subjective in nature, and we don't have the standard. Okay, uh, this certification also, as we discussed, there is no. It's proper, but it is not very systematic standard worldwide and so on. You can go somewhere and then for certificate. You go to another person for certificate. So all this lead to easy to be manipulated. People can put some their own things inside the thing. So for example, I want to do charity and so on. So I do a lot of show videos and so on. The person who want to do a certificate for me search in the internet because need to go for different factor. Oh, 30 videos come from this guy. He's doing a lot of charity, so it's supposed to be very big. So it's a bigger market. Easy to get all this manipulation. And then it, it is one of the tools for marketing, especially for fundraising. I always worry about the people who are working in the marketing for fundraising because uh, they want to ask the people to invest. So they need to show the project is so good. So if this is one of the area which can convince more people to invest, there are a lot of misusing can happen. Not everybody are sincere or generous to do the job. That is a very scary part. So what would be happen? The ones who are so rich, the ones who have more money, the ones who are more power, they can pay. When they can pay, they can get more results or can show more results. So that people, they can have access to that $53 trillion. Means that the ESG is supposed to support the whole world to become more sustainable, be used as a tool to make the rich to become more rich. What will happen? Okay, always is like the rich become more rich, but the small and the startup companies may miss out on development opportunities due to this trend. The ones who really need support, they cannot access to the one third of the world's assets. That's why this is the biggest problem that I can see in the current ESG. So now we come with what we have created. Okay. I need to get your time to see how this insight come to my mind. Okay. I keep thinking about all these challenges, and I didn't know how to overcome all these challenges until I started to read a book is about 800 over years ago, about 900 years ago. That book I opened and I started to read, and I found a story of a guy, which is his name is Hotham. That guy in this book writing it. This book is from Saadi. Okay, the writer is a Saadi, the author is a Saadi, and he is talking a short story about a guy named is Hotham, Hotham Ta'i. That guy was very famous for generosity. He gave a lot of wealth to people, a lot of money, a lot of. He's a wealthy guy, and then okay, you have problem, I give house to you. You have problem, I will give this garden to you. You have problem, I give all these animals to you. He's famous for that. Nobody can beat him. But one day someone asked him, "Hey, Hatem, have you ever seen someone wealthier than you, more generous than you? Because you're so generous, you give a lot of things to people." And he said, "Yes." Say, "How come? You are giving so much every day, giving this, giving that. How much? How come this happened? Someone is more generous than you." He said, "Yes." One day I go to a garden and be a guest of the gardener, the guy who work over there. And that guy didn't know me, which I'm Hatam, the generous guy and so on. And that poor guy, he had only one lamb. And he slaughtered his lamb and give me, prepare the food for me, and that by this his lamb. And then the guy asked me, "What you done after that?" He said, "The next day, I gave him 500 lamb, make him rich." I said, "Okay, he is more generous than you." He said, "No, I give only a small portion of the animals that I have, but he gave me whatever he had." This became the insight for me. Oh my God. If a company is an oil and gas company and that company value is $1 trillion and is spending $10 billion in ESG matter, actually it is not the way actually we put him as the number one, for example, top company in ESG because it spent $10 billion, okay, in ESG. But if a small startup company doesn't have money, but he put 100% of whatever he has to can contribute to the ESG, we don't even be able to report him because he cannot afford to pay to the organization for the report and cannot access to the ESG fund. That is something which I'm thinking is wrong. And we are able, because here is the university. University is the place the new ideas supposed to come and then go to the whole board. Okay, so I come up with this domain-based ESG. This is not something you can find in the internet. I put the name domain-based. Maybe in the future I change the name. It just come to my mind. I put the name. Okay, so we need to come up with an innovative ESG framework. This ESG framework is a standard and adjustable, has a standard and adjustable measurement system. This is totally different than what we discussed last time, okay, previously. So in this system, we go based on the industry, based on the country, based on the culture, based on the company capacity and power. Not we are going based on how much they spend. If you're working in the, for example, Western country, and you have 50% of your staff for ladies and so on, and you say our social is so good here, and a company is based in a very conservative place, which woman doesn't a lot to work, and he hire two work staff as a ladies. That contribution of that company is more than the company is in the Western environment, so based on the country, based on the culture, and so on. So we will come up with our domain-based ESG index. So when people look at it, they will look at the index. They don't look at how much investment happens, how much the thing happens. Based on that index, people can easily differentiate whether the contribution is high or no. This is uh, need to elaborate more session and so on. And that if you are guys or anybody who interested to contribute on this, after this we further we see how we can collaborate and make this happen. This would be applicable for all SMEs, individual, small companies. It's not only focused on corporate companies. We don't want to have all these problems in our domain. Okay, go to the.
Thank you very much, uh, Dr. Faghiri, for this wonderful topic of yours, ESG. I have some few questions, but I would like my students, my students, to if you have like three questions to ask Prof. Dr. Hamid Faghiri is here to attend to us. So if you have any questions, okay.
Hello, everyone. Hello. My question is, how can we start? My question: how to start the ESG? Because you talked about the ESG strategy. So, how to start the DPESG?
This, we need to have some of the students. We can change from characteristic of the student to the challenging student to the warriors. We group together 4 5 people, and then we set out a group for this. For example, domain-based, and we go for come up with our system and a standard and so on. It is not like already setting up all done. We have done the thing. It's just a beginning, and this is just an idea. So we need to have people who are willing to accept into this challenge, and we make this as a new program of setting of creating something new. It's not already ready. It's just an idea.
Okay. So the second,
Is it good afternoon? My name is Dennis Chika. I'm a student of this institution. Prof, thank you so much for your speech. I appreciate your effort. And I have a question to ask. How to compete for DB ESG?
Collaboration, it depends on the university how organize it. Because if we, as I tell you that if you want to go to the traditional conventional, I call it the conventional now. Conventional is practice already over the decades. Okay, nothing much over there. So for this new concept, we need to see how the university wants to come up with a new committee. We really need to have a committee and a group of students and lecturers and so on join together. Then we come up with these new ideas through the board. And we become the pioneer initiative, which first time which is applicable to all the companies or giants companies, applicable into SMEs, normal companies, even some ideas we apply the ESG to the individual because everything is starts from us. If I be ESG in my lifestyle, my life, to be morning when I wake turn off the light, don't too much aircon, then the way I'm talking to people is different, open-minded, because also come up with the ideas and so on. And then how I'm managing my family, how I'm managing my friends, own relationship, everything. So this is also the idea. If they can come up with some the courses, the speech, and so on, so even the ESG applicable. That's why I said this. So if we were uh, flexible, applicable, and we no need to go into the system that people have to pay millions of dollars to get the report and so on. And I'm thinking still to have some more technology bring into that. Yeah.
Who else?
Morning, Prof. My name is Alfred Chijendo, BBM department. Please, my question is this. Can you please elaborate on the methodology of DBES?
Methodology actually is very complicated, but uh, I'm thinking now, rather than we go for the current practice. The current practice considered very conventional, still using all the manpower, go to all this observation, reporting, numbers, and so on. I think that we can nowadays everything can go based on AI. Recently, a Chinese company put as an AI robot, the CEO of the company, and the price of the share increased after that. Now we have a AI medical doctor, which performing even somehow better than normal doctors. So why not we have our AI ESG evaluator or ESG reporter? Okay, and this is very applicable, and we can go through IoT system in the house and so on. This reporting come out 24/7, genuine reporting come. And when you use this type of technology, then the cost will reduce because you use less manpower, and it's based on the algorithm, and the algorithm will learn from itself and keep improving. So why not we, if we want to go for DB ESG, then we make it more smart, and then become more affordable, and can access to everywhere in the world. We have our own DB ESG. Yeah. Any more questions? Yeah.
Sir, my name is Isaiah. My question is uh, not fully related to the presentation, but it's a real life question. As a CEO, you are an entrepreneur. Will you employ an African, especially in Nigeria, to take internship in your company? What is the government effort to make it easier for us to get a place to work? We are foreigners over here, so what is the government effort to make it easier for us to get a place to work, like an internship, through our internship over here, Malaysia?
This not related to the ESG that the topic that we have. Okay, for internship, very easy. You just can see where the area that you want to go for internship, and then apply for companies. Okay, and see based on what they need, they will get from you. But uh, don't think that the companies or races or something they don't want to, for example, get the African or foreigners, for example, for the internship. Sometimes the company want to have a long-term plan. When they are getting the internship, they want to have them for the future. And if there is a foreigners and so on, they need to settle down a lot of matter of the visa. Okay. For example, in my own company also, when I want to get someone for agriculture internship and so on, I prefer to have local because later for me to get the visa for one staff who can continue and stay here for years would be more difficult than I am getting a local and no headache for all these things. And for the expat, you need to consider the accommodation, you have to consider the language barriers, you consider the culture barriers when you go to the real workforce. So there is a challenge for the internship. But if you look into the companies which are more into international or online or these type of areas, which they don't bother ever where you are, they just want to see the performance. It's like IT companies and so on. Then you will be able to easy to get because I know one friend of mine. He has a company doing IT, AI, and so on. And some of his staff have never seen them in his life. You just see the result, and they are where they are. He talking about the detail, and they just give them the job and see the result. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you, Prof. Dr. I appreciate each and every one of us here today and our brilliant questions. I would like to invite our dean in the person of Dr. Norihan Hamid to give a token of appreciation to our speaker here. After which, one of my colleagues, Dennis, will give us a closing remark. Thank you all. Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. We have come to the program as I call Dennis to give us a closing remark. Wait.
Good afternoon once more. As earlier said, my name is Modo Dennis. I'm a student of this prestigious institution. On behalf of the entire staff and students of this institution, it's my pleasure to stand before you to make this noble closing remark. Our speaker, Professor Hamid Faghiri, thank you, sir, for giving us this time to inspire us, especially students, for this wonderful message on its ESG. To the sponsors of this program, it is with great humility that I thank all for your huge help for this event. Your input is invaluable in making this event reality. I also personally like to thank the members, those who render money, time, effort, resources to ensure that this event comes to reality. Lastly, I also wish to sincerely thank the dean of this noble institution, Professor Dr. Rahim Hamid, all the staff of this institution, notable among them Surani, Solili, Abdul bin Sultan Hamid, and all other involved in this activity. And lastly, great honor to whom honor is due, the God Almighty, the privilege, the opportunity to gather here, because without His privilege and the blessings we cannot be here today. We thank you. God bless you all. After going back to your various home, that the road respect you, you go back safe. Thank you so much. Thank you.
We have come to the end of this, and we have a refreshment at the back. So kindly go there and enjoy yourself. Thank you. And as you go back, may the good Lord lead you safely back home in Jesus' name. Thank you so much.